Hello and welcome back to the FE Saturday Showcase, where we look at devs, games, and a few other things. Today actually, we're going to be looking at Nibb Games, a developer and publisher that has popped up on the channel before, working as a publisher for Guimar's Games, or Guimar Studios, for Kinduo. And I really wanted to show off Nibb Games a while ago on a stream, but then I realized it might be better just to put them as a developer here. So let's show off some games. If you are interested in any of these, you can pick them up. The links will be in the description. Other than that, we're going to be looking at 3 different games, playing through a few levels of each. I'm not going to dive too deep into any of them because I want you to be able to experience the game on your own, if you so choose. So, let's get right into it. That's a bad bunny. Anyway, this is Trix Magician. This is the way to describe this is a 3D space-like platformer. This is a game that I actually really like from Nibb. Just because of the concept, you can play through it actually quite quickly, which I am doing. Not on purpose. And boom. So, as you can see, we're playing a magician girl. And I think we pissed off the bunny. The bunny became magical. Yeah. What I really like about Nibb is Nibb Games, or Nibb usually make sure, like, they introduce, I don't know if it's a dude or a chick or whoever, but usually any game from the company introduces a mechanic and then it becomes a bit more extreme. And I really like that because that's how good game design is. If I was to test people on parkour skills in Mirror's Edge, you'd have the beginners, but then you'd also have the people who are good at the game. The max number of levels we are playing. Oh god, this is going to be a really short showcase, isn't it? Because this is a more simplistic platformer. So, the good stuff comes later. We're going to play up to level 15. There are 50 levels, so yep. So that's the cool thing about Nibb Games is when Nibb makes a game, it usually has like 15 or so levels. Or 50, not 15. 50 or so levels. So if you really, it's simple. It's good for people who like not simple games, but they like good, short little games. It's a fun experience, and you don't pay a lot for it. It's not a fault on Nibb. That's how the pricing goes. And if you buy it on sale, it's even cheaper. But there's a lot of good games underneath the label. So, yeah, this is really just trying to show off this game. There are no demos because why would there need to be a demo? But you really can't have a demo for. You could have a demo for a game like this, but there's another publisher or developer and publisher that I know that is similar to Nibb Games. That does pretty much all platformers. Nibb does pretty much all platformers. I screwed up. There we go. But yeah, they're all enjoyable. So if you're interested in Tricks Magician, you can pick up Tricks Magician right now. And as you can see, it only gets more complicated from here. I'll just show off this mechanic really quick. You press this, and you can't go underneath, so that's how it goes. Anyway, on to the next game. Ta-da! Oh my god, there are horse thieves. Okay. Hello and welcome back to another game. This is the second game that we're showing off today. This is called Virtuous Western. Virtuous Western is a Western style puzzle game, as you can see, very much Wild West. It's what I would call older Nibb style. I don't remember the release date of this game, but you can see it's designed really well. Like, it's creative, it has its own parts. It's a good puzzle game. You can't duck. But I can shoot, boy. I don't want to... Fuck. The way you're supposed to do this is, that. We're on level 5. There are 30 levels in this game, so we can show off a third. I don't want to... The basic story is, from what I remember, the idea is you're taking revenge on horse thieves who, I believe, stole your horse. And that's pretty much it. It's an interesting concept, I'm not gonna lie. And also, I like the shooting mechanic, that you don't have a bullet unless you collect it. I'm getting all these achievements right now. I don't know if that's a great thing. We can get this guy to shoot his friend too. Oh. So I was wondering, is there a distance on the bullets? There is a distance that you can fire. The thing about the showcase is, I had the idea to show off Nibb Games, because I love a lot of the games that the dude makes. Dude or dudette makes, whatever. I say dude because it's a cool and a suit. The thing, though, oh. Damn it. But the thing is, Nibb Games makes good content. You're supposed to do that. I don't think. Oh. You're supposed to get out of range just quick enough. But yeah. I've played a lot of games from Nibb. And this is just me thinking about it. And my favorite game would have to be in collaboration with Guimarf, which is I don't remember the fucking country. It's either French or Brazilian. Because I don't know Portuguese. I don't know French. I think it was Portuguese. So it would be Brazil. And that's who made, working with Nibb, they created, I believe it was the two of them, or two groups, created Kinduo. And the Kinduo is a beautiful game, I love it. I've played it with Pickle. There's a lot of other Nibb games in the properties that I own and have played. Froggerai is a good game. Billy 101, which is the next game to show off, is an awesome game. Pickle and I played Pets at Work a while ago. So there's a lot of good games in like what I would call the Nibb Games arsenal. You just have to find what you like, right? Because there's a lot, when you find a game that you like, when you find a game that you like, I didn't kill that man. I don't know why he activated earlier. He activated on the first one. But yeah, you just gotta find some games that you like, and there's a wide range of games. Doomlands is fun. I don't know how I activate this guy. Or triggers AI. But Doomlands is fun. Can I jump off a ladder? No, I can't. I think I can do that. Because I know I'm supposed to do that. Wait. You can't kill his friend. There's a lot of... Nibb has a lot of good games. I'm not quick enough. I'm not quick enough on the draw. Or maybe I'm not supposed to do it this way. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. And I'll, maybe this will be the level I say, no more showing off, we're done. Yeah. I don't know how to do this puzzle. That's sad. This game, from which you can see it's pixel art. It reminds me of another dev place I mentioned. But I triggered this dude before. I don't remember how I did it. Maybe I just pissed him off a little. I don't know. There's really not much I can do. So, I'll figure this out later. Yeah, Virtuous Western. If you want to play this game for yourself and you think you can do better, go for it. All the games that we're showing off today, or I'm showing off today, are all games by Nibb as a dev and publisher. So you can buy the Nibb Games collection on Steam. These are all paid products. But as a dev, they're, if you get them on sale, you still support Nibb. But they're reasonable and they're cool. That's my opinion. So let's move on to the next one. Oh, Billy. Poor little Billy getting mocked and attacked. Screw those other robots. Hello and welcome to the next game. This is Billy 101. Billy 101 is a robot game, as you can see. Of all the recent Nibb game releases, this is my favorite. Kendo 2 was pretty good. But this one would have to be my favorite single player game. Because it just feels so clean. Right? It looks clean. A lot of this game is pretty much just run and gun. Take out all the enemies, because the enemy, unlike in Virtuous Western, the bullets are endless, so you can do something like this. So why do I like this game so much? Well, you can watch this and just be like, oh, that's kind of pretty much it. It's a creative little platformer, and I didn't play too much of it because I wanted to show this off on YouTube. But the problem is, I've played a number of new games. I own all of them as of right now. So, that I know of. Nibb usually shadow drops games. But I play a lot of them. So this game was one of those that I played a few levels and I'm like, do I want to play this for YouTube? Do I not want to play this for YouTube? Do I want to stream it? The idea was I wanted to stream this game because if you, it's good looking, and I was like, oh, why don't we do a Nibb Games showcase on stream? And that arguably was the origin of the Saturday showcase, wanting to stream it on FE Live. But I'm like, but FE Live is live, right? I don't know what level this is. Are we already on number 10? This is 7. Oh, yeah, this mechanic. We'll show off a little. So, one of the cool things about Nibb is the concept. There's a lot of different concepts that are tested, right? And that's what I really like about a lot of the games under the Nibb Games label, where if it's a cool game, what's a perfect example? Kendo. You learn the mechanics and what each player can do over time. Right? You learn what each player can do, what each role pretty much is. As time goes on, you're not just learning everything at once. And there's adding new mechanics and everything, so if you're playing with a friend, you're learning with your friend of how to best do things in the game. That's kind of the same thing with a lot of the other Nibb games, where a lot of mechanics are either new or tricks that you don't know are possible are locked behind knowledge or a tutorial, like not a tutorial, but even just a billboard or saying it on the controls. Because I think it was playing as the fire character from Kingdom 2. That's probably the best example. I did not know. Fuck. That was I probably could have jumped over. But I did not know I could double jump. I did not know the bolt jumped higher. That was a fuck up. A massive proportion. But that's kind of like the cool thing, is even if you are really good at games, you always are learning something new about game development. And Nibb is one of those people where it's like, I kind of want to follow for longer just to be like, hey, there's this in game dev. And there are glitches. I'm not going to say there aren't glitches. I screwed up. There aren't glitches in a Nibb game property. Right? That'd be dumb to say. There aren't any glitches in a game. There's always at least one. Even if it's super polished, there's always something that people will find that you never thought about. It's the whole idea of a software tester walks into a bar, tries all the drinks, walks into it all these different ways, and the average consumer or the average customer or even just user walks in and says, "Where's the bathroom?" Right? So that's the thing with Nibb is I've learned a lot about different things I can see and play and do, and something I like about this style is that it's about artistry in a way. It's not about how realistic can we make the game, right? How grungy, how dingy, how just meh we can make a game. And I feel like that's kind of the thing. This game, even if it has any faults, or any faults it does have, it at least has an art style. It has an art direction. It has a purpose. I look at other games. I look at Alan Wake 2, which looks pretty good. Looks a bit stylized, but it also looks very realistic because it uses real actors in cutscenes, right? I look at Spider-Man 2, where it looks super realistic, but it's grungy. It's bland. The art direction seems like it took a very, like it was left behind on the curb. Tears of the Kingdom, stylized graphics, stylized art, or art style, but it's almost like an expansion to a game. This is an original game where, yes, the style might be similar to other things that the creators made, but it's unique in a lot of its mechanics, and it's unique in its experience. And that's why I like Nibb Games. Why I wanted to show them off. When it comes to games and game development, making something over realistic is, in my eyes, the negative. That's why I feel like PSX graphics are such a huge little trend, if not a huge plus, because PSX, they make it look like it's on the original PlayStation, PS2, right? Where even if or the original PlayStation, where it's beautiful looking in its own right. It has its own graphical style. It's not realistic game number 357 from AAA publisher number 250, right? And that's kind of where I am right now. Sometimes you need art. Sometimes you need everything to be artistic or bright, colorful, completely off the mark. That may be why I loved Hi-Fi Rush so much. Beyond the music. But anyway, this was Nibb Games. All the games are listed in the description, as well as the dev page or publisher page on Steam. And I hope you'll join me next week. So, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.